Hey fam, let's change your bag lock together. Now note, before I get into this, I do not revamp bags. Okay, that's one service I do not offer at the moment. But this was from a client and she just wanted me to change the bag lock. So I asked her to send the bag, and then I took the bag with me to the market so I could get the appropriate lock for it. That's the main reason why I had to take the bag to the market. And this is a very easy to use lock. You just press it in on the right side and it opens. So the first thing I did was unscrew the top part and measure, because I need to be sure this is very centralized, to make sure the lock was centralized. And because the size of the new lock is slightly bigger than the previous lock, I could not use the markings made by the previous bag lock. So by the time I aligned that, see, I take my measurement like 3-4 times. I take it as many times as possible because that measurement has to be correct and accurate. So I took the appropriate measurements and then used my punch pad, my hammer, and my punch to make the holes, fixed the new top part of the bag lock, and screwed it down in place. And now it was time to get down to the bottom part of the lock, which was to remove that old lock. Now the bag has a lining and it was stitched, so I used a seam ripper. So this tiny blue thing you see me holding is called a seam ripper. So just loosen the stitch at that particular corner so that I could open the bag. So opened it up and I realized it was screwed down, not the pin type. So I had to unscrew using my tiny screwdriver. So after unscrewing that, we had to get back to the second part of the work, which is fixing the bottom of the bag lock. That too required plenty of measurements because you need to ensure that it is centralized and nothing is crooked, and that the bag locks properly. So plenty of back and forth measurements at this point. And at this point, I'm like, who sends me work? I mean, the time it took me to do this revamp, I'm pretty sure I would have done like 2 Irawo bags. But anyways, I enjoyed it because it was fun trying to get into the head of the person that made the bag and figuring out how a couple of things were coupled. So I made all the markings necessary and fixed the new bag lock. I said I take measurements like 3 to 4 times because I don't say, it did not work. It must work. And so I fixed that and pinned that down at the bottom. It has 4 prongs, so it was easy to just, it wasn't easy, but the best way to deal with it was to fold it into each other. So regardless of how much it is tugged on, it is not going to pull out. That's one trick I learned with using 4 prongs bag lock. And at this point, I was like, this is looking weird. It's not looking straight. Something is crooked. And I realized that I didn't fix the top part well. So I had to unscrew it and repunch the hole. Just added a little bit more markings to the hole and refixed it. And at this point, I'm like, okay, yes, now it's perfect. It's perfectly straight. And that was it. Oh well, not fully it, because I still need to seal up where I opened with the seam ripper. So off to the sewing machine to close up that stitch. I used my arm cylinder sewing machine, and it was just a straight stitch down. Took like 10 seconds and I was done stitching it. And the next thing was to trim the thread, bond the extra thread, and clean up the bag. And that was it. And I'm so excited to let you know that the owner of the bag loves it, and that's all that matters, right? Anyways, thank you so much for watching this little BTS with me. See you when I see you. Have a great rest of the week. Bye.